Hi, it's Tim O'Keefe from houseblogger.com. How are you doing? I wanted to offer this video blog today for your edification, and so that hopefully you could see some of the choices out there. If you are not blogging yet, certainly I believe you should be if you want to be in the real estate business. The future is about one thing, and the future is about content, if I could spell it. It's all about content. If the lines that are separating online between you and your competitor are getting thinner and thinner every day, the difference between you and your competitor are almost nil in the public perception. There is a serious commodity problem out there for realtors today, and it's already been that way when there's one out of whatever it is, one out of, like in California, one out of every 42 or 50 adults. It changes. I can't remember the last results, but it was something like 1 out of 42 or 1 out of 50 adults have a license, real estate license. And it's not quite as bad in the rest of the country, but it's bad. And go online and it gets worse, because I joke around that 1 out of every, or I should say, as you go down the block, you'll run into at least one realtor, and they have at least 3 or 4 or 5 websites. Now, the way it gets worse is that you also have competitors that are not just down the street. You have competitors from around the world, and quite often they have more money and more marketing behind them, such as the large conglomerates like the big verticals and so forth that are out there they would argue that they're not competing with you, but in effect, on some of the larger keyword phrases like city real estate, they are in effect taking up that top space in the natural search results in Google, Yahoo, or MSN. So in effect, they are kicking you out, or kicking one of your competitors out, if they're in that top 10 spot. So what can you do? Well, in the past, you were able to really show your difference because you offered IDX integration into your website, but the problem is nowadays that's a dime a dozen, and just about everybody has it, and just about everybody offers it for free. So that's in other words, when I say for free, they don't require an opt-in, and Realtor.com is guilty, as well as many other websites. But what I would want to show you here is that you need to create content, and the best way to create content is through blogging. Why? Because blogging really it's just a website. A blog is a website. Your people who come onto the web, your potential clients, don't know the difference between a blog and a website and a forum. I mean, they could tell that there's something else going on there, but to them it's a website. If they fall on it and they start reading it, they can care less if what you call it. It's as long as it serves them, and what will serve them is content. So for our purposes, we're really talking about content creation here through a platform called blogging. And so what I'm going to show you here is how to create this blog through a number of free systems. And the first one I want to take you to is mytypes.com, and you would sign up right here, and you just fill in your information, and they'll give you a blog. So that's mytypes.com, mytypes.com. And the next site is Realtor.com, of all places. And what you would do there is go to blogsignup.realtor.com, and you could have your own blog right through your organization. Pretty cool. So that's neat. That's a cool spot to get a free blog. And let's see what else we got. We got Active Rain. Probably, well, not probably, it is the largest real estate uh, community of multiple bloggers on the web. I mean, it's huge. Very interesting way that this site has emerged, and very successful. So I would certainly look into Active Rain and signing up there. You just log in right here, and you're golden. You'll have yourself a little blog, and you could start blogging. They actually, people in, that's interesting in this site, the more comments and the more blogging and the more inviting that you do. In other words, you invite other realtors to join, the more points you get, and you rise in the system. So if you comment on other blogs, in other words, you participate within the system, you actually are able to get points and get to the front, towards the front of their directory here, which can get you traffic. And it's worked for some people to actually, they use these sites as a launching pad to push people to their real website. So that is Active Rain, and I'll just place that there. I'm going to bring these over to make sure that you can see them on my screen. Okay, last but not least, realestatebloggers.com, which is a newer real estate blogging portal. And we'll put that down right here. Okay, the challenge. Let's go back to Active Rain. Let's go back here. The challenge is with all of these is you're on a subdomain or a subfolder. You're hosted on their URL, either way, and nowhere is there a guarantee. The first thing I would find out is, now this is a site that we actually run, but nowhere on any of these sites, and I'll put one in, it'll blow your mind here, blogspot.com or blogger.com. This is owned by Google, and again, it's on a subdomain. And what is interesting is that you can have a ton of free blogs on this, and a lot of people would say that's pretty cool. My question with all of these is, who owns the content? What happens to the content when it, if you want to move it somewhere else? And then also, center this up, who owns the content? And then also, if something was to happen to the company, what happens to your content? In other words, if they go belly up. Now, you look at Blogger or blogger.com, are they going belly up? Probably not. It's owned by Google. But guess what? Google's own blog was deleted by accident. Now, for little old you or me who doesn't pay anything to Blogger, I would say if that happens, and believe me, it happens on Blogger, it's happened to me, they're not going to do anything. Now, they fixed their own blog, but I doubt they're going to fix yours. So I don't think of any of these there's any way to back it up to your own computer, except for the I think maybe in the WordPress that one, like mytypes.com, you're able to, but don't hold me to that. Either way, if it does any of these, go belly up or have problems with the